What's up, guys? My name is Jason, and you are watching Ray of Light Tarot. Hope you guys are having a nice beginning of the week. It's Monday. Well, actually, it's Tuesday. It's just really early Tuesday. So a lot of you are probably going to be watching the replay of this if you are in my country, in the United States of America, because it's about 2 a.m. here Eastern Standard Time. This is the Aries Soulmate reading for January, the remainder of January from now until the 31st, okay? And so I apologize for those of you who've been waiting on the Aries reading. I've gotten a lot of messages from people asking, when is this reading going to be up? And I do apologize. I'm trying to balance getting all of my personal readings caught up, which I'm almost there, and the generals up as well. So we're kind of doing a nice balancing act, and we're almost there. So I think by Wednesday, everything should be caught up. Couple really quick announcements. I know people like to get right to the point with these generals, but I have to say a couple quick things. I'm offering a special, the Map of Destiny or What Makes You Magic reading that I do that's around 45 minutes to an hour long and really goes through starseed origins that you may have, soulmate, twin soul things you may have, your gifts, your weaknesses, your soul purpose, your path, all of that stuff. I pull from about 15 different decks and we go through the whole thing. And that reading is normally $150. It's on sale right now on special only if I'm trying to sort of promote the Cash App as the means for payment. So it's on sale through Cash App for those of you who are interested. Now, I understand that Cash App is not available to you outside the United States. So if you do not live in the United States, and we can verify where you're at, you can go ahead and use the PayPal listed. But definitely, if you're in the United States and you don't have Cash App, download it to your mobile device. It's free to download it. And then when you set your account up and they ask you who referred you, say $ Ray of Light Tarot, list my name, and I get $5 and you get $5 back as well that way. So it's a win-win. And then if you register United States resident through Cash App for the Map of Destiny, What Makes You Magic reading, it's only $90 throughout the month of January. So there's still a couple weeks left for you to get that done. The sooner the better. I'm really about to be super caught up. So if you register tonight, tomorrow, in the next day or so, you'll probably have it before the weekend. So it's a really cool reading. Everyone that's had it really enjoys it. Also, mini readings available tomorrow night, Tuesday evening at, I think I'm going to do 9 p.m. Eastern time again, like I did earlier. 9 p.m. Eastern time mini readings. It's a straight rate of $25.25. Don't ask why the 25 cents. It's just a numbers thing. $25.25 to Cash App, $ Ray of Light Tarot. It's all in the description of the video. But that is if you want to get on the list for a mini reading tomorrow night live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's $ Ray of Light Tarot Cash App, and it's $25.25. If you want to register tomorrow night during the live while I'm live, and because you can't do Cash App, you can do it here on the live video through Super Chat as well. So both of those options are available. It's better to register ahead of time through Cash App though, because you can get on the list so you don't have to wait during the lives. All right, I'm using for the Aries reading tonight, I'm using the Arcanum deck and the Vice Versa Tarot that's two-sided. I know I use these decks a lot. I see people who use tons of different decks and they're very comfortable with them. I am comfortable with I've got so many decks, but there's certain decks that just feel right to me, and these have been feeling right since the Cancer full moon and the eclipse Friday. My intuition is like exploded. So I'm really feeling good about all the readings I'm doing, the generals, personals, etc. So now's a good time to book a reading if you want to get something really personalized. And if you do have follow-up questions to this reading because it resonates for you and it leaves you with more questions, probably based on what you need to ask, you might want to just do the mini reading tomorrow night. So you could register for that if a personal reading is a little out of your price range. But all the info is in the description of the video. So I am shuffling the cards for the Arcanum deck. I did most shuffling before, but I like to shuffle a little bit once we start, and I'm saying a little intention. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Archangels. Thank you, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Thank you for being patrons and guides. Thank you for helping me to connect today to the energy of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, and their soulmate for those who are in most need of healing guidance today. And thank you for the clear and direct messages and being able to correlate that in the form of healing guidance for anyone in need. At the end of the reading, I usually used to pull an oracle card, like a romance angel card. What we pull now is a Archangel of Atlantis card, which sort of guides you guys on what archangel you should be connecting with and what energy in order to help bring your heart's desire around, uh, based on what the reading was about. So we'll pull that at the end, okay? Are you going to do a super chat? Yeah, you can do. Oh no, not for this. The super chat is either to book. Hey, Anne, the super chat is available with me. It's either to book your to like pay for a mini reading for tomorrow night, or to that type of thing. Tonight, this is just the general Aries, the January reading for Aries. So super chat is welcome. I appreciate the donations, but it's not paying for anything tonight. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Arcanum, and then vice versa. I'll be sort of going back and forth. Show me. We're starting with the soulmates energy as we usually do. Show me the soulmate of Aries for the remainder of January 2020. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aries, soulmate, and their energy and the energy of the connection at this time. Soulmate of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, January 2020. Well, that's it. Let's see overall. It's right there. Okay. All right. Okay, so Aries, your soulmate's in a really tough place of like either grieving. A lot of this feels like they're almost like grieving a loss or mourning something that's been lost. And we're talking about the relationship here. So if you guys have broken up or you've gone into no communication, strong fire energy for your soulmate. So you could be dealing with a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. All of the elements are here on the board, so it really could be anyone. But there is a specific, there's Queen of Wands is the court card here, and that is definitely fire energy. So if your soulmate is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, they're going to be coming out of this toward the end of the month empowered. Right now, they're going through some tough stuff. This is a general reading, guys, for the sign of Aries, one of the monthly generals. Okay, so bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. So Aries, that means your soulmate is really having trouble. Part of the reason they're having trouble healing and being receptive to something new coming in is because they're still holding on to things that at one time had a lot of value or a little value, but now don't. That's the thing about this. You can get confused looking at this card because it looks like they're holding on to four pentacles, and hey, those pentacles look like money and money's valuable, right? Not in this case. These pentacles would not be representing money. If it was a material thing such as money, what it could represent is maybe a stock, some kind of stock or a war bond or something. And those stocks and war bonds that were worth this much when they started holding on to them are now worth this much. And they're not going to improve or increase in value ever again. They're just going to continue to depreciate. So the next logical question is, why are they holding on to that? Emotional stuff. Someone, your soulmate, Aries, is holding on to an emotional attachment to things, people, relationships that at one time were super valuable, right? And meant a lot to them. And maybe sentimentally still do. No value here, though. It's not worth it. And in fact, it's keeping them stuck in this sort of Nine of Wands, which is the wounded warrior energy, but it's in reverse. It's keeping them stuck in that sort of mode of, it's almost like being in a really lengthy depression or just feeling like nothing's improving, nothing's getting better. And, I wouldn't call it, no, depression's not the right word. You know what it is? It's like that melancholy, that sort of melancholy that sort of settles in sometimes when we're not motivated, we're not too sad, we're just kind of like not feeling so inspired or good about life. There's a melancholy here. And it's also really not good because this person's got the Two of Swords and the Five of Cups right there, bang, starting off the January reading. Well, your soulmates choose it. See, a lot of this is choice. And I feel like if you said this to this person, they would get defensive and maybe a little angry because they would say, nobody would choose to be sad like this. Well, I agree. It doesn't seem like that, and nobody would consciously choose to feel that way that we feel when we're like that. But it is a choice that's being made here because someone's got a blindfold on. They're choosing not to see all of the feelings that they're ignoring that have to do with something, someone, probably, possibly you. That full moon represents deep secrets, dark secrets, possibly, the shadow stuff, and feelings that go really deep, not being dealt with. The thing about the Five of Cups, this is where I know there's a choice to do this, because look what's coming next. The Ace of Swords, new beginning. The aces are gifts of the divine that really help you to, they come at just the right time, and they help you, usually they help pull you out of something or bring you into something good and meaningful. Ace of Swords is a new beginning that's got to do with open and honest communication. And also it's got to do with truth, seeing the truth, feeling the truth, being happy. It can be sometimes aggressive, but this doesn't feel aggressive at all. What does feel like it needs to be dealt with in an aggressive manner is the Five of Cups energy here. This is someone is got these three cups that are spilled. This can represent something that was lost, maybe a broken up relationship, someone dying. It can be extreme or not so extreme. It can be anywhere in the middle. But they've got the loss, and then the two cups that are upright represent the future, the hope of what's still left. And there's a choice whenever you have this card to focus on the hope of what's still left or the loss. And you can see based on the card and the person in it, they're focusing on the loss. Okay, it's just there. So that's where the choice comes in. It may not be intentional, but someone is so stuck in the loss, whatever was lost here, that they're not able to focus on the future. And part of that is also because they haven't let go and accepted that what they thought had value has no value. Now, that's going to come through really clearly with the Ace of Swords, and it's also going to so happen that they're going to see where the value is. Has to do with you. You've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is really interesting because the Queen of Wands is an energy of, the Queen of Wands is magical, right? She's magical. She's got gall, right? She's got spirit. And she also knows how to go after what she wants. She's got a very creative energy. But right before that, and after the Ace of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups. So it's interesting. It's like coming out of the Five of Cups, your soulmate Aries is going to have sort of this new beginning come in and have a lot of clarity with the Ace of Swords. But with the Seven of Cups, the problem is not the clarity or the communication. The problem is they're really not going to know, or they may not know from now all the way through the end of the month, what they feel, what they want. Because the Seven of Cups can represent being overwhelmed, confusion, options, thinking you have more options than you do, having more options than you want, so many different things. What it feels like to me is, remember, cups are emotions and feelings. What it feels like to me is someone having a lot of feelings, a lot of strong feelings, a lot of really up manic feelings, and a lot of really low, sad, almost depressed feelings, but not knowing really what they want or who to direct those to. It's no doubt there's a strong connection here. This is your soulmate. We don't need to talk about how strong the connection is. The problem is within this person, they don't know where to put the effort. They don't know where to do it. And the big part of the problem is your soulmate, Aries, is still holding on to things from the past, people from the past. I don't know if some of them are trying to, or in the process of getting out of a marriage or getting divorced, closing out a past relationship, and they're having trouble accepting the fact that it didn't work, right? Whether they love this person or not, whether they love this other person or not, and whether they want to be with you or not is not the issue. You're their soulmate. They feel that in their heart, but it's hard to accept the defeat. I was talking to somebody about this, how, when someone gets divorced, a lot of the time they stay in this sort of phase for a while of kind of just feeling bad about themselves, because no matter what the other person did, right? You still feel like a failure to a certain extent when you're going through a divorce and after a divorce. And it's really hard, even if the perfect soulmate comes right before your eyes, it's really hard to move from what you had planned with that other person to what your heart is tugging you toward. The best thing, if you have a soulmate who is in some other connection or going through a divorce, back out of it, leave them alone, and let them figure things out for themselves, because this person's going to figure a lot of this out. If this fits for you, Aries, once they let go of what never really was, once they let go of the idea and the hope of what they wanted something to be. I like that they come out at the end of the month with these two cards. These are good cards, right? It's not some, huge sweeping romantic reunion, but it's stability. It's someone possibly getting a good judgment. But I feel more like it's about this financial looking, the stuff that feels kind of financial is about work and putting the work into the right things, including themselves, not limited to, but including themselves and the relationships that are going to be, need to be sort of watered like a garden for their future. And that feels good. So that's going to help get that wounded warrior energy at least upright, and then allow the Wheel of Fortune to help turn it. So let's see what's going on in this soulmate connection from your side of things, Aries, and what we have to tell you about the remainder of January. This definitely has, some people who are dealing with like divorce, marriage, or even like a common law type of relationship where I don't even know if they have that anymore, but we used to call it common law when I was a kid, where someone's lived based on the state you live in. If you've lived with a partner for a certain amount of years in a romantic relationship, it was eventually considered common law marriage. So it could be just a long-term relationship someone's trying to get out of, but there's a lot of strings, right? Strings attached. Aries. And you're feeling that crossroad energy too. I think you guys have something really exciting coming between now and the end of January, because you've both got the Ace of Swords coming out, which is a gift of the divine, and it's a new beginning of some kind, right? With clarity and communication, honesty. What's going on though? Somebody's still having trouble getting real and getting honest. Okay, look at this, guys. So your overall energy, Aries, is, thank you for doing this. Oh, you're welcome. I thank you guys for your kindness and patience. I'm late getting these out, way late. One of my New Year's commitments is to not do that, let myself fall behind anymore. Energy work, it's so hard not to though, because you need your energy to be right when you do the readings. And if it's not right, I'm like, can't even try to do it. Anyway, here we go. 5 of Pentacles. So this says, Aries, that your overall energy from now until the end of January is you're feeling kind of isolated, and you're feeling like there's something, it's like you're looking in that window and you're seeing the value of whatever it is or whoever it is that you're missing, wanting, needing. And it's sad. It's hard to deal with that. In fact, it feels heartbreaking. What's for you will always end up, what's for you won't miss you. Okay, just remember that. It's so hard. So if something doesn't work out the way you had hoped, even if it goes deep into the bottom of your heart and is heartbreaking, it really wasn't for you if you didn't get it. And I get it, it's hard, but it's okay too, because one door closes, another one opens, or one door closes, a window opens. You will always have the next thing open up for you if you flow with the universe. You've got the 2 of Wands here as your first card. So as we start where we're at, the middle of the month, the present, moving toward the end of January, you're at a crossroads, right? The 2 of Wands to me is every single time a crossroads. It's a choice. It feels like you already know the direction you want to go in. Now, beware. For those of you who, there's 2 different things I'm getting here. Some of you are at the crossroads and you're waiting and you're trying to manifest being open and receptive for a soulmate to come back. Others of you have chosen, right? Have chosen to move in a different direction, and you're finally letting go of the soulmate. Beware if you're in column B, where you've let go of the soulmate and are trying to move in a different direction. They're about to come back and you're going to be tested. And for some of you, those of you that this is like a karmic connection where you're really just supposed to get a lesson, part of the lesson right here is going to be not to compromise your worth by going back with this person, because that's for those of you that weren't treated well. For others, this is beautiful. It's not a test, and the universe is giving you this great gift of reconciliation, or some kind of, right? Or some kind of new beginning, right? Some kind of exciting, and guys, don't be too quick. Like Erica's saying, column B, I hope you're right, but nobody should be too quick to know what that is like that, because I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, I have an intuition like you wouldn't believe, but man, when you get into these spiritual connections like this, a karmic and a twin soul feel very, very similar when you're in the connection. They really do, guys. And so, be careful. Ask, stay in communication with source. Ask spirit, ask source, ask your higher self what you're supposed to do and what you're being guided to do. What is your true heart's desire? Not any needs that are coming out of insecurity or not feeling whole or brokenness. And for a lot of you, you're right. It is column B for most of you, and this is going to be a great opportunity. But something's happening, even for the ones who this is a great opportunity for. After the Ace of Swords, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is nice. That's Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, all Aries, Leo, Sag, the fire and the earth have really shown up here in a strong way. But then after that, look at this. You've got the Seven of Swords and the Death card. Don't misunderstand what that's saying. I felt immediately what this was about, but I need you guys to get this. For the ones who are in column A, that this is a big test, it's clear what this is. Someone comes in, Knight of Pentacles. They are offering some stability now, but there's something they're lying about. That's where the trickiness comes in, because this person presents in a way that seems like, well, they present in a way that is someone who wants to, who is able to provide, maybe financially, but when it comes to love, like love and passion, like that combination that's so amazing, where they just make you feel sort of your heart swell, but also very, kind of that weak in the knees, that excited feeling. If that's lacking here, there's something more going on. So, because a soulmate doesn't always have that stuff, but this kind of soulmate, if they're coming in Knight of Pentacles, that should be there too. That should be part of the attraction, is that stability is sort of a thing that feels right in every way. Now, there's deception here in other ways too. Like I said, if it's the test, that could be the deception, that they're not apologizing, respecting some kind of a boundary. So the best thing you can do between the Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and whatever the deception is for column B people, is set boundaries and communicate. Honest communication and boundaries can sort of relieve a lot of this from happening. You got that Death card. So there's an ending to the deception. There's an ending to the karmic relationships if everything is recognized by you. And there's an ending to the self-deception. For those of you in column B that have been waiting for this chance that the universe is giving you, there's an ending to self-deception. That's going to really die out, and it's going to allow for you guys. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate the $1.99. It's going to really allow for you guys to move forward in a very excited, positive way into a beautiful future. Now, again, this isn't a sweeping romantic change of union. This is energies that are going to be available to you guys throughout the month of January. For a lot of you, this may happen in energetic levels that are very subtle in the physical realm, but I definitely feel with what's happening here, for those of you in the column B thing, where the person is a destined soulmate long term, you're not going to feel like this by the end of the month, okay? I think you're going to come out of this sort of Five of Pentacles, left out in the cold, sad, isolated energy, and you're going to feel much more, sort of like you're on a mission and you're headed in the right direction, either with the soulmate or moving on from that, like you felt like that feeling feels here in the Two of Wands. So it's going to be very, very clear, probably by the readings for next month in February for you guys, Aries. There's not going to be a column A and column B. I think there's going to be a lot of people headed in the same direction, because if you had the soulmate come back and they were meant to for it to work out, that'll be working out. And if it was meant for you to move on, you'll be working out and moving on and balancing yourself and someone new on the way in. So everyone should be in a much better place this time next month than you are right now, Aries. But I like it. Let's see, to wrap this up for you guys, let me pull an Archangel of Atlantis card. The purpose of these Angels of Atlantis cards, it has an Archangel at the top and an energy at the bottom. Yeah. And the purpose of pulling these for you guys is to find out and give you the information what angel you should be incorporating into your meditation and prayer life right now, and what energy they are being you're being guided to ask them to help you heal in order to have these things come true, to fulfill your heart's desire. So this is I think the most important part of the reading is the Archangel card that we get for you at the end. Hold on. God, I'm facing the wrong direction. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source. Thank you, angels, archangels. What angel does Aries and their soulmate or cross-watcher need to be communicating with, and what energy do they need to be focusing on healing from now until the end of January? Thank you. Uriel, abundance. What are these? Okay. So you've got Archangel Uriel and the energy of abundance, and there's a couple others that came out that I want to touch on. But this is the clear guide for most of you. Communicate with Archangel Uriel and focus on the energy of abundance, and ask Archangel Uriel to help you focus on that healing energy of abundance and speaking, thinking, seeing, feeling abundance in everything you do, okay? Then you've got Archangel Michael and the energy of I am presence. So that's that energy of the I am, the source presence, the creator presence, and feeling. A lot of people feel like they aren't worthy to behold that presence. Well, you've got to heal that idea. And so Archangel Michael will help you with I am presence, and then Archangel Sandalphon and love. Okay, unconditional love, heart healing love. You can see Jesus there, and that ascended master pointing to the heart and offering a blessing. This is a picture you see in a lot of like Catholic churches and prayer books and stuff. It's a beautiful art, work of art, and it's so accurate when you think of what it represents. But yeah, Archangel Sandalphon and the energy of love. It's really important. Those are the three angels and energies, and I would say the ascended master Jesus. Also, you could really get a lot of help from focusing on the ascended master Jesus, praying to him and asking for, the ability to sort of see things with with the heart that he had, which is to see things from the unconditional love, sacrificial love place. That's it, guys. That's the reading for Aries for January. Thank you again for your patience and understanding. And for your love. Thank you for sending love, light, healing, and white light. I send it back to you in full measure, and I really appreciate you guys. I hope you'd be so kind as to give the reading a thumbs up, a like, and if you have any follow-up questions based on this reading, you're welcome to send the $25.25 to get on the list for tomorrow night's mini reads to ask a question, and I pull tarot cards for your question, and that has to go through preferred to go through Cash App, $RayofLightTarot, or if you would like to book a personal reading, 30-minute readings are $75, 1-hour readings are $150. Same thing, you make payment and put your contact info in the notes section of the payment, and we contact you within 48 business hours to schedule or to get it all set. And the last thing, one more reminder, if you will use Cash App to book, and you want to book the Map of Destiny readings, they're on major special discount. It's only $90 for the Map of Destiny reading if you book it through Cash App. And same with all bookings. You book first, make the payment, contact info in the notes, and we respond to your payment by scheduling you. Have a good one. Namaste, guys.